Hello, hello, everybody. Just getting set up here. Maria, hello. How are you? All right, so let's go into our presentation for tonight. All right, those of you that are live, I'm so glad that you made it live. If you have not made it live and you're watching this replay, I'm glad you're watching the replay. If you tried to get into this webinar while I was teaching, you probably couldn't because of the spammers that we have to lock it and all that kind of stuff. So I apologize. But let's get started, and then those of you that are live, we can jump to some Q&A and talk about this great topic tonight. How to leverage the one action you take daily, all right? How to leverage the one action that we take daily. Now, most of you know who I am. I'm going to run through this really quick. I am a mom. I am a wife. I'm a mom of, they're going to be 6 years old this June. This is June and Cade. I definitely hit the lottery, getting a boy and a girl there in one shot. I am very blessed. A little bit more about my background is that I wasn't always happy, healthy, or confident. And as you follow me and get to know me, I unravel all of that because it is a lot. I'm 39 years old, and I've definitely experienced and seen a shit ton. And that in itself is an entire book that I can't get into in one Zoom training tonight. I'm all natural with blonde hair, uneven breasts, bigger nose, and full of curves that I've learned to appreciate more and more each day. I have a great sense of humor. I try to always be authentic and just go with the flow with life and everything that we come across. I am the youngest of 7, ranging from 39 to 60 plus. I'm an aunt, I'm a great aunt, and I'm even younger than some of my nieces and nephews. I told you I'm happily married. I've tried almost every fad diet back in my quick fix days. I've tried every quick fix in business back in my days. And I admit, and it's true, and it's okay to say that struggle is existing. Like, struggles exist, obstacles exist. Struggling to find balance is normal, right? But we can't give up. And I've conquered the not giving into it anymore, not giving up, and finding my own personal balance. And that's one of the things that I love to teach others is to own and embrace your balance. And that all is stemmed from our mindset and thoughts. I had a career years ago, 13 years ago, where a part of my job was staring at my very own face for 40 hours a week, manipulating it in Photoshop. And at that time, that's when I was rock bottom. So it really took a toll on me. I've traveled and visited over 8 countries. I've spent a summer in London. I lived in a hostel for 2 weeks, and then I lived above the bar that I bartended, and I traveled the world. And that is when I really started to discover what I wanted in life and how I wanted freedom from day to day, because I met some extraordinary individuals that were doing amazing things to experience their dreams. I created my business and career having no business background at the age of 25 after returning. And I'm now a certified life coach and mindset and fitness coach with over a decade in experience. All right, so today, if you've been watching my posts, my emails, my stories, you know that I was talking about all of us having this one action that we take every single day, that we do. If you're breathing, you are doing this, right? And it's your efforts. All right. So we're going to talk about paying attention to your efforts and why and how you can leverage them. I want you to start thinking about and sharing with me all of your successes and your accomplishments. All right. So I want you to think of as many as you can, or as far back as you can, or the strongest ones that you think of. What are some of your biggest successes and accomplishments? Did you free yourself of debt? Did you buy a home, buy a car, go to school, get married, have a baby, start a business, lose weight, go to grad school, change careers, get divorced? What are some of your biggest successes and accomplishments? Use the chat if you can. What are some of your biggest accomplishments and achievements? So I want you to start typing those and share those, and I can come back to them. And when you're thinking of those, writing them down or come back to them and write them down or think about them in your house, in your head, all of those successes, all of those accomplishments that you are most proud of, okay, that you are most proud of. Think about all of the effort that went into all of those successes, right? Think about that. Like, just take some time, take a deep breath. What's your biggest accomplishment? I mean, I'm lucky. I have quite a few that I've worked at, that I put the effort into. To think about your biggest accomplishments and all the effort that went into those specific accomplishments and successes. Think about that. All right, this is the work. This is the work, my friends. I want you to do this work with me now while you're watching the replay, or you come back to it. But this is the work that we need to do. This is part of your effort. You need effort, right? Think about that. Think about everything. You being here tonight, you watching the replay, you registering, you showing up, like, that's effort. Getting out of bed, that's effort. Saying yes to the day, that's effort. Brushing your teeth, that's effort. Going to work, going to pick up your kids from school, everything is effort. Effort. We need effort. We need effort. And you can't heal without effort. You can't lose weight without effort. You can't get rich without effort. You can't date without effort. You can't go to the doctors without effort. You can't get surgery without effort. This one came to me because a client of mine is actually getting surgery, getting weight loss surgery. And this isn't a quick fix. This is a woman who has put in the effort for years, right? And has discovered triggers and patterns and made the decision to get the surgery. And that's not good. That's not a bad thing. It's not, that's not for any of us to judge, because she put in her effort and she discovered her strengths. She discovered what was working, what wasn't working. And she took the effort to learn more about options, other options, right? And then when she discovered that she was going to do this surgery, she had an entire new list of efforts to take for that. Doctor's appointments, phone calls, research, support, help, like everything. Think about all the steps into getting your surgery booked. Then you have to see a coach. You have to lose a certain amount of weight before you get surgery. There's a ton of effort to get to these goals and desires that we want. You can't start a business, write a book, find a job, get divorced, get married, have a baby without effort. So effort. This is one of the secret weapons, the most used weapon, but yet, who really thinks about it? How many of you think about the effort into every single day of your life? In every single aspect, an element in your life, the efforts. That is your sweet spot. Without effort, you don't achieve. Without effort, you don't have success. Without effort, you don't have transformation. You need effort. Does that make sense? All right. And so the average mom, the average woman doesn't believe that she has what it takes. I work with a ton of working moms, and the majority of them, they don't believe that they have what it takes. But I'm telling you, you do. Because you have evidence of your daily efforts. So the first step is that we have to own, accept, and embrace our efforts. You have to own, accept, and embrace your efforts. Right? You have to acknowledge them. That's the fun in the game of life. That's what life is about. We don't want to go through life numb. Been there, done that. It's no fun. I just rhymed. Right? It's no fun. So no more numbing. It's waking up. It's shaking you. It's being conscious. and paying attention to these daily efforts. That's the first step. All right? Because you have what it takes. We all have what it takes. We have effort. We are showing effort. If you're breathing and you're alive, you've got effort on your side. There is another rhyme that I did not plan. All right? So what do you need for effort? You need to have a vision. Right? Does that make sense? You need to have a vision so that you can put effort behind it. Dreams and goals and desires. How big can you dream? You can have whatever it is that you want. You can have whatever it is that you want. So you have that vision and you support it with the efforts. And I'm going to sprinkle in some patience there, right? So you need a little bit of patience and effort. Okay, so we got to set your vision and goals. And then here's where we're going to take it a little bit deeper. We want to track your past successful efforts, what worked and what didn't work, and then we're going to implement what works. Okay, so I asked you in the beginning. So again, you're going to take this as an exercise. Like this is your takeaway action. Okay, so you've got to do this with or without me. You got to do this. Track all of your successes and accomplishments. Take your biggest one to start practicing this practice. Break down all the efforts that you implemented, all the efforts that you had to take to get to that one goal. Then sit back and look at that list. What worked? What worked? What was successful in that? Take the next accomplishment that you had, the next success, and look at the efforts. What worked? What didn't work? Then you compare the two, or 3 or 4, as many as you do. What are the patterns, right? What are the patterns in your success, right? Do you see a pattern? Maybe it's somebody in your life, a mother, a sibling, a loved one, a best friend that has always been by your side pushing you, right? Maybe it's a morning routine. Maybe it's a book. Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's a song. What part of your efforts can you find a pattern for the successes, for your accomplishments, right? I'll tell you what worked for me. For me, it was implementing consistent accountability, consistency, and habits. Accountability, consistency, and habits have all been the common denominator in all of my successes. In publishing a book, getting an Amazon bestseller, launching my online programs, losing weight, earning over $1 million as an entrepreneur in my business for 10 plus years. I've all had accountability in that, consistency in showing up in all the details and the habits, right? All those are my efforts. And those are the patterns for my efforts. The accountability kept me showing up and kept me on track. I had to report to somebody, right? And that consistency is the consistency that I needed to get to it, to do it, to implement, right? And that's a habit. And I created multiple habits over the years with effort. Does that make sense? Right? Effort, effort, effort. This is the awareness. This is just to ignite you. This is the stuff that I teach you in all these different little trainings. It's to ignite you. It's to awake you, to get you start thinking in a different way, thinking about certain keywords and breaking them down a little bit more. The more that you do this and the more that you practice, the quicker you're going to be able to do this often, right? So that you have more direct and more connected, a more connected journey, a more connected transformation and experience, and quicker, right? This is all of the work. This is all the effort to the effort. I hope you guys are laughing just like me, right? So it's time to ignite all of this. This training came to me on my walk last week, okay? And I wanted to get right on it and share with you and get you ignited to start thinking about this stuff and start breaking down your successes. Reverse engineer that. Get your accomplishment, review all your efforts, what worked, what didn't. Get the second accomplishment, review the efforts, what worked, what didn't, and do that until you find some common threads and your common denominators, common actions, common efforts, things that were working. And then you know, oh, look at that. Wouldn't you know? This is what I need to do. Right? So, in this quick little training, my friends, I'm going to push you to take your efforts to the next level. All right? I'm going to push you to take your efforts to the next level. You've got to find and invest in accountability, solutions, community, and more. This is what works. Okay? And I don't want you and every other coach out there, we don't want you to have to struggle like we all did. Some of us did, right? The quickest way is finding the right kind of accountability. If you could have achieved everything that you wanted emotionally and physically, you would have done so already. It's so much more fun and quicker when you have the right kind of accountability, okay? And it goes further and deeper than self-talk. You need to discover your triggers. You need to learn when to pivot, when to shift, when to implement, when to grow, when to push back that comfort zone. You need more than a quick fix, right? You need to work with people who have experienced it, who have done it, who have implemented and had success, right? Somebody who's going to guide you in step by step. We're going to have a community because you matter. Your energy matters. Your thoughts matter. Your dreams matter. Your efforts and transformation matter. And the right mentor and coach matters, right? So you got to find somebody that is going to call you on your BS and pick you up when you're down and love and support you hard and be your number 2 cheerleader, because I'm going to be honest with you, you have to be your number 1 cheerleader. I'm going to be your number 2 cheerleader, but I will help you become your number 1 cheerleader, right? You deserve the best. I tell you guys, if this is your first training with me and you're going to take more trainings with me, you always deserve the best. You are worthy. You are worthy of support. You are worthy of self-care. You are worthy of investing in yourself. You are worthy of showing up for yourself. You are worthy to put yourself first. Okay? You deserve the best and somebody who's going to have your back. And I'm sharing with you tonight because in 1 week, I have a group of women working with me. We are starting at the same time, and I want to invite you. And if you talk to any of my clients, 100% of my clients who show up and work with me and stick to it, they have massive transformation and results. They discover mind shifts, beliefs. They get actions. They take actions and they get results and transformations. All right? I want to share with you that you have a choice. You have a choice every single day. And I know Maria and I were just talking about this. You have a choice every single day, every single minute of the day. And I'm offering you some time. I'm offering you to connect with me over the next 48 hours. The next 48 hours, you and I can connect and have an Ignite session and wake you up. Who is this for? Who wants to talk to me or work with me? Let's talk about this. Because I don't want you to book a phone call if you're not ready, okay? Booking a time with me is if you are ready to be a priority right now, right? You are just as important as those that you love and you take care of, and you're ready to experience that. This booking a phone call with me, if you realize that you're self-sabotaging and you're getting in your own way, you've got a shit ton of excuses, right? And you're ready to experience more consistency, more confidence, more happiness, and more success, right? And if you value learning and implementing, and you're ready to finally do that and stepping into your true identity, then book that call with me, okay? And book a call with me if you're tired of feeling the same life and experiencing the same life. If you're exhausted, if you're stuck, if you're fresh out of energy, then book a call with me, okay? This isn't for you if you want a quick fix, a magic pill. That's not how I work. That's not how I did it, right? If you want to stay in your comfort zone, this isn't for you. And if you're not ready to set aside just a few hours a week for yourself, then you're not ready. but we can get you there. All right. If you book the call with me, and I'm going to give you the link soon, this is what we're going to get clear on. We're going to get clear on the exact cause of why you're stuck and what you're feeling, your emotions. We're going to have some breakthroughs, my friend. Okay, the wants and the whys, and we're going to get clear on the missing or what's preventing you from achieving and reaching those desires that you want. So we're going to create a vision and a plan. Okay, this is the link, calendly.com/SusanV30. Spaces are limited, so you got to go there and sign up now. Okay, and then the second option before we get to Q&A or chit chat, I've got some emailed questions that I will answer too. You can do both. Okay, you can sign up for a call, which is what I recommend and what I prefer to talk to you first, right? And or you can go to the secret page just for those of you who show up on my webinars live or watch the replay. SusanVernachek.com, webinar enroll, and you get a significant discount into joining my signature program, my 90-day Mindset and Achieve program, which we are starting next week, May 25th, with a small, intimate group of women, okay? I want to show you where you can go to learn more about my program. Or I will just share with you when we have our 30-minute phone call. But you go to SusanVernachek.com. Boom, SusanVernachek.com, and you click on Signature Mindset and Achieve Program. And here you will discover what is involved in this 90-day program. All right, weekly support, video training, lifetime access. You get, we talk about fitness. We learn about fitness and health because that is what is integrated in your mindset and your energy and your behavior and your actions and your efforts. Being active, doesn't have to be hardcore fitness, walking even. Walking and nutrition, that supports the efforts you take. You'll get complimentary books, all 3 of my books. We're going to have guest speakers. And obviously my goal was a retreat, but it all depends on COVID. But you'll learn all about this. And when you click enroll, you'll see what the value of my course is. It's a $5,000 90-day program. But with quarantine in mind and giving back to COVID and supporting you on this journey, and because you watch this webinar live or the replay, if you go to SusanVernachek.com, webinar-enroll, you see the discount offer that I have for you here. All right, my friends? So I'm going to just stop screen call because really the biggest step is for you to book a 30-minute call for me to see if working with me is a right fit. I do have some questions from those that emailed questions in for me. And I'm going to read them right now. Right now, let's go over our first question that I received. Susan, I'm tapped out because I don't have time. How do you have time to do it all? You seem like you do it all. All right, so I get this a lot. And there's a few variables that go into having time, creating time, and doing it all. Whatever you think it all is. The first point that I want to address to you is that your all is different than my all. Okay, your balance is different than my balance. And the quicker that you get comfortable and confident in your day to day in your life and your routine, that's when you're going to feel not tapped out. That's when you won't feel tapped out, right? When you let go, like let go. I think a lot of us just need to let go of expectations, right? You have to find your expectations and your balance. The things that worked for me and which I discovered because of all of the efforts that I put in over the years, I found solutions and systems that help me stay on track. Okay? So people ask me, how do you work out every day? I found a system that works for me. I found a system that I have to hit play every day, and I have a trainer in my living room or a trainer in my playroom if I'm working out in my playroom, or a trainer on my deck or my garage if I'm working out on those. And I follow the instructions, right? And I have a morning routine where that is my morning energy. So I move my body every morning, but I found a solution, a system that supports it, so I don't have to think anymore. Nutrition. I learned and put a shit ton of effort into learning nutrition. I got certified for nutrition. Yes, one, because I teach it, but if you're not even going to be a coach, get certified in nutrition so you'll learn it. And it becomes second nature to you. It becomes more of a staple habit in your life, right? And I learned a way to eat that seems, it's not dieting, it's normal, it's a natural fit. So it's a solution, it's a system. Okay? Awesome. I see some of your successes. Degree in education, raised 2 children, started a business, wrote and published 6 books. Yes, 6 books. Yeah, that's a celebration. So all of those are different accomplishments, and you would look back at all your efforts and find the common patterns, and those are your sweet efforts. Those are your sweet spots, those efforts, right? Okay, so going back to feeling tapped out. So you've got to find the solutions and the systems. Just like I found accountability was huge for me when I need to achieve something, is somebody to tell me this is what I need to do and do it, and then by the time we talk next, it better be done. It's like school, my friends. It works. Accountability works. It's science. It's proven. All right, so I hope that answers that one question, and that gets you started to think. Like, the reason why I don't feel tapped out and I have time to do it all is because I have my own expectations, I have my own balance, and I found the solutions and the systems that support it and make it easy and simplify it. And that's what you have to do. All right, the next question is, I got Susan, I went MIA once COVID hit. How do I come back with momentum? What do I do to come back with momentum? All right, I know a lot of people that have experienced this, and there are a lot of variables that play. There are a lot of reasons why, and we all experience loss and grief and overwhelm and anxiety and fear and all sorts of emotions, which is normal. Okay, so number one, I want to tell you that's normal, because we have to feel. Our bodies, our brains and our bodies are meant to experience and feel. But we're then meant to learn how to manage and shift and grow and evolve. So if you're somebody that went MIA once COVID hit, ask yourself why. Why did you shut down? What were the thoughts that you were thinking that had you shut down and go MIA? Because circumstances, which COVID is a circumstance, it's the outside world, it's neutral, it is what it is. That does not make you go MIA. It's your thoughts, your reaction to COVID that made you go MIA. Okay? And your decision to, and I'm going to be lovingly honest, to numb or to give up. Okay, it's the thoughts. So what thoughts were you experiencing? And look at those thoughts. So a lot of times it just comes down to our thoughts that create our feelings and our beliefs and our emotions, which impact our actions, which then impact our results. And that's a whole other training which I've done and I can do over and over again. But that's where you want to start, is what were the thoughts that had you go MIA? And how you come back with momentum, again, is finding solutions and systems to help simplify your day, to help simplify everything for you, to help simplify and ignite your momentum back in your comeback. All right, so what is it that you want? What is it that you want to come back to? And what do we need to put in place to support that? It all comes down to, looking at it, accepting the responsibility that we have to put more effort, more focused effort into finding the solutions to support us. And I hope that makes sense. All right, then I have another question, which these are all kind of very similar. Susan, I want to feel like I've got my shit together. How can I get there? So a lot of you feel all over the place, right? And that's okay. But I'm asking you, what do you have in place? What routines do you have in place? If you have children, right? Children do better with structure. The science shows that we do better with structure. So what kind of things do you have in place? I hear a ton of people say, I don't have time. Guys, I'm a mom of 5.5, 6-year-old twins. I'm homeschooling, I'm running a business, I published a book, I did all this because I have systems in place. One is that I know that I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning some days, not every day, but some days to to make my effort, to take that effort, it implements solutions and to take actions when it's quiet before anybody else or anything could get in my way. And that's just accepting and being adaptable. All right, you get up in your pajamas, you grab some coffee or tea, and you get to work before anybody can get in your way. That's what it took for me to keep my shit together. I get up and non-negotiable. I work out because that creates a healthy mindset for my entire day and a healthy mood for my entire day. Right? So I set in these rules. They're non-negotiables and my whole family knows because I communicated with them. And they communicate with me what they need. My husband works out every day. He goes out every day. He has his time. And we did it. We've been doing it before COVID, but once COVID hit, we even made sure that we stayed on it because you can easily spiral out. Okay, so you've got to look at your support system and you've got to look at the tools and the resources that you have placed that you have in place to keep you consistent into that habit. Right? I'm not winging anything. I'm not winging my workouts. I'm told I follow a challenge every so often. I follow the day. I follow it. I don't have to think. I just follow it and I accept what I have to do that day. And I just do it, right? Found a system for my nutrition. My business is always evolving and always fine-tuning and always tweaking. And once COVID hit, we had to shift gears, right? Look, Facebook changed like the Facebook Lives. Now we got to use Zoom and I'm figuring out how to use Zoom. But I'm still showing up because I'm committed and it's consistent and it keeps me together. Where if I don't show up, then I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole. So I hope that those help. I don't see any other questions coming in right now. I have been asked, Susan, tell me more about your program, and we could talk a lot about that on our private call together. But for our program, people ask time. Right? Every Monday you get released video training from me and worksheets and you have access to me 24/7 in a private group. And then I go live every week for you to come with Q&A questions and for personal one-on-one coaching with a group. So expect maybe a good hour and a half a week if you're putting the effort in for transformation. All right? People ask me about the material, that you have a lifetime of access to the material in my program. I am constantly updating and fine-tuning and adding bonus material to my program, and you will always have access. Once you're in, you always have access. And you always have access to me in the group. All right? All right, my friends? So again, here's your takeaway. Here's your action. Here's your homework. Is go list all of those accomplishments that you're so proud of. And then support them by going back and thinking about all of the efforts that you had to take to get there. And find the common efforts, the ones that worked. And that's what you need to do over and over and over again. And then you need to get stronger and quicker and more focused when you do them. And it just strengthens. It just deepens. Okay? That is what I've got for you tonight. Any questions? All right. So don't forget, visit SusanVernachek.com. You'll learn all about me and my programs and how you can work with me there. If you want to take advantage of my 90-day mindset program, we start Monday. A group of us start May 25th. So you'll need to get registered so that we can have our initial call and grab that secret discount since you are watching this, SusanVernachek.com/webinar-enroll. I will put that in the comments as well. That is not open to the public. So take advantage of that, my friends, and let's get to work. Let's get to work, all right? Let's ignite. Let's pay attention to your efforts. Let's have you transform. Let's have you create a lifelong of a healthy internal dialogue so you could be your number one cheerleader, all right? Because at the end of the day, it's up to you of saying yes the next day and showing up and putting in that next effort. Okay, I can be your number 2 cheerleader. I will be your number 1 cheerleader until you're your number 1 cheerleader. But ultimately, I would like to be the number 2, because I want you. That's my goal for you guys to find your balance, find your joy, be proud of your identity, step into your identity, show up with confidence, right? Stop comparing yourself with others and your journey with others and your balance with others. You find your balance, you find your journey, you embrace it, quit the shaming, quit the blaming, and get to it. All right. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope that I see you live in the group.